Hello. I've decided to do this video because I've had various people commenting on previous stuff that I've said regarding Zara Pythian and Vic. Um, Obviously, I didn't know as much as I know now, so I sort of kept my opinions limited on previous videos that I've done. Plus, at that point, they hadn't actually been sentenced. The previous video I did was where they'd been convicted. But the sentence hadn't been passed at that point. That now has been the case. For those that are unaware, Zara and Vic were charged jointly with 14 counts of sexual assault on a 13-year-old girl, and Vic charged separately with counts relating to another girl. So they have now ultimately been convicted. Zara's got 8 years, Vic has got 14, with the recommendation they serve at least half that sentence before they can apply for parole. People have sort of dived in and sort of said, like, typical male, toxicity, trying to pass all the blame onto the woman, blah, 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 blah. No, not at all. I've not said anything that hasn't other than been proved to be fact. She was as much a willing participant as anybody else. And according to the court records, not my opinion, but from the court records, she was deemed to be the instigator in certain events. Now then, this is where it's going to get interesting, because I'm going to say something here and it's not going to sit well with certain people. And that's, in my opinion, Zara herself is a victim. In as much as I feel that she has been groomed from a very early age. Knowing what I know now from speaking to various people and what's come out as public record, including from her own father. So I've known them to a degree for about 12 years. I knew some of the background and some of the history. Officially, they got together as a couple when Vic was already married and Zara was 19. Apparently, though, it transpired that they'd officially been seeing each other for 2 years before that, so 17. But Zara was a pupil at Vic's Academy from the age of 14. See, there's a bit of a pattern coming here. She very quickly became obsessed with him and became his star pupil, to the point where at 16 he convinced her to drop sort of ideas of going to college and university, and to run another gym that he was setting up, which she did. So from the age of 16, I feel that there's a definite pattern here. It doesn't excuse what happened in any way, shape or form. But at the same time, I mean, Zara still worships the ground he walks on. Absolutely worships him still now, from what I'm told. For those in the know. I still won't have a bad word said against him. But at some point, she'll probably come to a realisation herself that she's been groomed herself. Because apparently, according to the family, it was, looking back, it becomes more obvious that, probably from an earlier age than 17, and probably from an earlier age than 16, that things may have been more serious than they're making out. Choose my words carefully there, because he's not been charged or convicted of doing anything inappropriate with Zara under the age of 16. But people can draw their own conclusions and make their own minds up based on, sort of patterns emerging here. So yeah, I just wanted to put it out there, because people sort of saying, "Oh yeah, you're picking on Zara or whatever," and blah blah. No, it's actually quite the opposite. I feel that she is as much a victim, certainly not as big a victim as the two poor girls or young ladies as they are now, that were dragged into this. But I've seen this sort of thing before with other people where people get obsessed with, whether it be martial arts or religious cults or whatever. It's the same sort of thing. There's something lacking in their life that they need. They find something that fills that gap, and become completely obsessed with it, and obsessed with whoever's in charge of it. And by all accounts, she was absolutely, worshipped the ground he walked on from, right from when she started. And I don't think there's many martial artists that would be sort of picking a 16-year-old girl to be running their new gym for them. You can be the most talented martial artist in the world and as bright kid as you are, but like, what experience of anything have you got at 16 to be running anything? So again, it's just another way to pull her in close. So you get the feeling he knew what he was doing. So yeah, I mean, I want to pretty much draw a line under this now, and just hope that when it's all said and done, people can move on with their lives. Obviously, especially the two victims in this. And that's, when Zara eventually gets released, she can rebuild her life in some form. Vic, as far as I'm concerned, can rot in hell. He's clearly the instigator in all of this. Whether you believe Zara was groomed or a victim herself or not, the very fact that he, has led the whole thing with her, and obviously everything else, he's deserved whatever he's got and then some. And if he serves his full term, he'll be a 70-year-old guy when he gets out. So his life's pretty much over, which is pretty much what he deserves for what he's done. And I would imagine for what potentially he may have done that's not come out yet. So, yeah. So that's pretty much it, really. Like I say, I'm sure my opinion won't sit well with some. But when you actually take the time to dig into the actual facts, and not just the media. See, the media is all over Zara because, one, she's a celebrity. Okay, not a massive celebrity, but she's been in a couple of films. The Star was on the rise. It's an easy target. It sells copy. Vic gets to shrink into the background because, like, he's the bloke in it. He's not a big star. If it's the other way around, if it was Vic that'd been in the films, he'd be the one grabbing all the headlines. And plus, as well, it's the, for want of a better term, novelty factor that it's a woman involved in these sort of crimes. It's 9 times out of 10 you expect it to be a guy that's abusing a girl, not a woman. Which sort of just seems to make it so much worse on some degrees. I don't know why, but that's just human nature because you don't expect it. So, but yeah. Anyway, I've waffled on and off. Put my opinion out there. Like it, hate it, whatever. That's how it is. And yeah, like I say, I just hope that everybody moves forward and everybody can rebuild their lives. So anyway, I'm out of here.